Hello everyone. Today we are going to explore one from among the 154 Shakespearean sonnets. That is sonnet number 116. Let me not to the marriage of true minds. But before we begin, let us quickly know few facts about the poet and the poem. This will help us to understand and comprehend the poem better. William Shakespeare, as we all know, was a renowned English poet, playwright, and actor of the Renaissance era, born in 1564 in Stratford-upon-Avon. He was considered the greatest dramatist. He is also called England's national poet. His writings capture the range of human emotion and conflict. However, his private and personal life was somewhat mysterious. Yet, talking about his family, his father was John Shakespeare, a leather merchant, and his mother was Mary Arden. We get to know that he attended the King's New School. Later on 28th November 1582, he married Anne Hathaway, who was 8 years older than him and had 3 children. Shakespeare's work include 38 plays, 154 sonnets, 2 long narrative poems such as Venus and Adonis, published in 1593, and The Rape of Lucre in 1594. His early plays were written in the conventional style, elaborated with metaphors and rhetorical phrases. He was innovative in every literary sense. Besides writing uninterrupted plays, he also invested and fulfilled his dream of building his theatre on the south bank of River Thames, which he called Global Theatre. William took his final breath on 23rd April 1616 at the age of 52. He is buried in the sanctuary of the parish church Holy Trinity, England. I suppose we ought to know and understand the term sonnet. Traditionally speaking, sonnet is one stanza, 14-line poem following a fixed rhyme scheme, and these sonnets or 14-line poems are of 3 types. The first and the most common one is the Petrarchan or Petrarchan Italian sonnet, named after its practitioner Petrarch, who was a renowned Italian poet. The entire sonnet was divided into 2 stanzas. The first stanza, comprising 8 lines, is referred to as octave or octet, and the remaining 6 lines sestet. Shakespearean sonnet, or the English sonnet, stands as the second major type with 3 quatrains and a couplet following rhyme schemes such as A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D, E, F, E, F, and finally G, G. The third type was invented by the famous English poet Edmund Spenser, and hence the name Spenserian sonnet came into being. Now, let us talk a bit about Shakespearean sonnet, in particular about sonnet number 116 here. Well, as we all know, William worked and versed a total of 154 sonnets, one after the other. Many striking and interesting facts and stories lie hidden within these 154 sonnet sequences. However, there is one such a peculiar pattern that needs a mention here. From sonnet sequence 1 to 126, we find reference to an unnamed young man. He is also referred to as fair youth. The main theme hovers around friendship and love. The remaining sonnets, that is from 127 to 154, talks about a dark lady, and many critics and ardent readers of Shakespearean sonnets speculate to be the mistress of William. But there is no certain and concrete proof again. Even with such unresolved speculations, his 154 sonnets, and most particularly sonnet number 116, is regarded as one of the most universally beloved and celebrated poems. Let us read the entire sonnet. Let me not to the marriage of true minds, sonnet number 116. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever fixed mark, that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken, love's not time's full. Though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickles compass come, love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the age of doom. If this be error and upon me proved, I never read, nor no man ever loved. Here in the first quatrain, the speaker, that is William Shakespeare, opens the sonnet by a declaration that he must not obstruct true love, or what we call it as real love. Despite many obstacles, true love tries to stay away or stay close to each other. Let us read the opening quatrain here again. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. If you look at the following lines there, you'll find true, the word true here, which stands or means loyalty or faithfulness. As far as marriage is concerned, it is generally referred to as a union between two people. They exchange vows and obliges to stay committed to each other, like we usually witness during the marriage ceremony or rituals that it's conducted. However, here the speaker wants us to understand that union of minds is what makes a marriage successful. Two people can marry each other in a church or in some religious institution, but minds can't get married in any such institution or church. But they can be closely joined together, connected together only in love or friendship. Furthermore, there is a hint of definition of love, or a definite say to what is or how it should be, the love, what it can or cannot do, etc. in the remaining lines. Let us follow the lines here. Love is not love, which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. In these lines, the speaker boldly declares that love isn't true if it bends or sways in response to any obstruction or changes due to odd circumstances. True love is true only if it remains constant all through highs and lows in life. Let us move into the second quatrain, where William Shakespeare goes on to say, "Oh no, it is an ever fixed mark, that looks on tempest and is never shaken. It is a star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his heights be taken. Here in these lines, we can witness the presence of extended metaphors where he, that is our poet, compares love to a lighthouse and also to a pole. Now please, you need to understand that metaphors are figure of speech. The word mark, particularly here, can also be referred to as some sort of a landmark, a lighthouse perhaps. These things are built just to help the sailors, the lighthouse are built just to help the sailors and the mariners to find direction, especially during storms. Even in some cases, warning signals are provided to avoid mishaps. In simple words, love for Shakespeare is like that faithful and mighty lighthouse that provides some perceptive and a meaningful direction of some sort while facing stormy weather in life perhaps. Tempest, particularly this word, stands for a violent storm. Love is also compared here to a star or pole star, to be more specific. We happen to see this particular star in the sky always in the same spot. This star, during the olden days of navigation, before the birth of GPS and satellites that we have now, was of high value and carried a lot of importance for every wandering ship. The word, let me point to you, the word here, bark, perhaps means ship here. It is a star to every wandering bark. It is a star to every ship. With the help of this star, the pole star, by following it, they, that is the sailors, the mariners, could not only navigate through the untamed and wild waves, but it assured the exact route to their destination. So it seemed that love, like a pole star, will help us not to wander off course. Or on the contrary, it provides a definite route to someone who is going in the wrong way. Well, in a simple tone, true love never goes off wandering away from its destination. It constantly stays rooted until the end. Another point to note, though mathematically the sailors can calculate the time and distance of their set destination by measuring the height of the star, they cannot measure the value it holds. The value of the pole star is immeasurable and its very existence priceless. If we move on to the last quatrain, we see Shakespeare meditates upon nature and relationship between time and love. Let us read the third quatrain once again. Love is not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickles compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the age of doom. We all know the force called time. Time dictates terms and nature has to oblige. Or rather, time and nature are, two sides of a coin. However, everything around us works according to time. Even love has to lose its battle against time. I've heard people say these things. Nothing can stand against it. But contrary to what the world believes and what we say, our writer, the poet, strongly declares that love is not constrained by time. Love does not follow and change according to time, be it age, the consequences of perhaps the time, or even death. mortality is not an issue, or beauty has nothing to do with love. If love eradicates in course of time, then I suppose it is not true love. This is what our poet means. Here in this line, we find the word sickle. Sickle being used, we can basically know that it is a harvesting tool, but here it refers to death. Time acts as a grim reaper, harvesting people. Even the young ones brimming out with life and beauty are not left untouched. They will grow old and time will take them away one day. True love, however, will remain constant irrespective of age and beauty. Love will not become of what time wants it to be. Love will not change or alter when youth and beauty disappear. Rather, it remains strong until dying days and beyond that. It will outlast time to the end of time itself. People may grow old and weary, but love will remain youthful, fresh and strong. And now, the couplet. The last two lines, I mean. Let us read. If this be error and upon me proved, I never write, nor no man ever loved. He approaches the last two lines and shares, a different tone. We witness a challenge being thrown at us. He even stakes his reputation on it. What William is trying to say is that all his sonnets, all his works, everything he wrote will stand as a failure, an error, or a mistake if someone proves the nature of what he had said is wrong. He even believes as a writer, for there has been no love ever. No man has ever loved anyone truly. So, here we conclude our lesson. Please do take care of your loved ones and yourself and follow the necessary precaution and protocol to fight the pandemic. Goodbye. See you again.